Madam Speaker, you've already heard about the income tax being unpopular, unnecessary, and unconstitutional. And you've already heard the concerns about the loss of innovation, taxpayer migration, and how capital is going to leave the state. But I also want to talk about trust and fairness. Madam Speaker, 2 years ago in 1 week, 76 in this body voted to ban an income tax. And, you know, I always remember my wife when I first had my daughter, and she said, never make a promise to your daughter that you can't keep. And I've always thought about that and tried to expend that to the rest of my life and say, you know, don't look someone in the eye and overpromise something that you can't keep that promise. And I think about that today. I also think about the fact that there are a lot of folks concerned, I'm concerned, Madam Speaker, that there's a lot of promises in the intent language. And I've already said it on the House floor. I read a lot of newspapers this weekend about this bill that really didn't get a full hearing and didn't get comments from the public. And it talks about all these promises for childcare and all these promises for universal free lunches. And that's in the intent language. That's not real. That's not in this bill. That's not a promise. That's an intention. But there's nothing to keep folks to follow through. And I want to talk about fairness, because we can talk about where we're going to get the money and we could talk about the revenue, but let's talk about where that money is going to go. I want it to go to my community. I want it to go to the people in my community who could least afford to shoulder the burden of the largest tax increase in state history last year and even more this year. If we want to talk about fairness, Madam Speaker, I think about the missed opportunities we had today. I think about the missed opportunity on reducing sales tax by 1.5% across the board for everybody, no matter who you are. In my mind, I kind of thought about that as the Robin Hood Amendment. Removing taxes on prepared food, services, and investing in childcare, actually doing it in the bill, actually investing in universal free lunches. We could have done it, we could have done better, and that's why I'm urging a no vote.